religion and hunting. And I think if you had to pick one thing above those, it will probably be elephant culling. It's a very controversial subject with a lot of heated opinions about it. I mean, there's a lot of different opinions on it, and like I said, I'd gladly talk about it more when there's a lot more time. But Joe, just one of the questions that came up is if there's an overpopulation problem with elephants in Sabi Sands, as there is in Kruger. I used to always be very adamant about the fact that it's not an overpopulation problem, it's a too small an area problem. In other words, space left for other things, and especially bigger things like elephant needs large space. So that aside, Kruger's got maybe too many elephant for the habitat to be preserved the way it is. It will change a little bit. See, the Lurie feels very strong about this. He wants to make sure people know what he's on about. Have a look at him quickly. Breeze blowing his crest there as well. All that noise he's making, it's where the Afrikaans name comes from. It's called a kweevoël in Afrikaans, or a koe bird, translated, and they can be very noisy, and this one was adamant to be part of it. So there's a lot of things about it, but essentially Sabi Sands is open with Kruger, so as in terms of it being one big area, pretty much whatever problems Kruger face with their populations will in some way or another have a spin-off effect in Sabi Sands as well. As to whether culling or not is the answer, I'm not going to say yes or no to that. There's a lot of different things to it. I mean, one of the possibilities would be to maybe look at our human populations if you really start looking at pure animal management. But that's a long discussion. You can imagine elephants are very special to me as well. I would love to have enough space left in this world so that they can just survive 100% freely. But unfortunately, us as humans are doing a very, very good job of taking over most of the available space. Jan, any other questions? I believe there's some children at school that had a few questions.
Yes, Peter, there was a question about the dung beetle sighting you had with Ajay yesterday.